Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on this channel. Last NBA video of the regular season, man. The 2021 NBA Finals has concluded. The Oklahoma City Thunder have won the NBA Finals. I was really hoping the Pacers could get it done, but I got my prediction correct. I think that said Thunder in 7. I don't want to sit here and I really don't want to be that guy sit here and say, be like, oh, fake ring, because we don't know what would have happened if Tyrese Haliburton didn't get hurt. But he was on a heater in the first quarter, man. 3 for 4 from 3, had 9 points. In the 7 minutes, he went down, tore his Achilles. It's really unfortunate, man. You know, he's greeting his teammates on crutches, and he had a great playoff run, man. You know, that comeback against Milwaukee to eliminate them, the moment against the Knicks, game winner against Cleveland. What a great run, man, by our Tyrese Haliburton. One of the great playoff runs we've seen. You know, he's made these entire playoffs. I mean, other than that, it's been pretty boring, I would say, for the most part. You know, the late game heroics, the threes, the celebrations, and the unbridled joy. And it was just gutted in the first quarter. Even at halftime, I'm like, still don't know if they're gonna win. What a season, man! Proved all the people wrong. Said he was overrated. He was about to have a freaking big game tonight. I am not going to put an asterisk like most people will, you know, for the Thunder championship. Do I believe Pacers would have won if Tyrese Haliburton didn't get hurt? I do believe that, but I am not going to sit here and put an asterisk on a championship for 68-win team. But I just if you're a Pacer fan watching this, I can't imagine how you feel. I'm disappointed they didn't win, and I'm a Warrior fan. I've never felt more crushed after a game, and I'm not even a Pacer fan. I'm not going to put an asterisk on it. They're one of the statistically best regular season teams that we've ever seen. But I don't know, man. They're just unlikable with the favorable whistles they get with SGA. He shot like 12 free throws this game. He shot like 8 for 27 or something, dude. They hack on the defensive end. You see that one play, T.J. McConnell just getting his arm grabbed right in front of the ref, no call. They just feel like every freaking call. But I'm not going to sit here and discount their achievements. That's just my opinion on their defense. Their defense is good, though. They have great defenders. It's just they get a bunch of favorable calls, but every team does. But congratulations to the Thunder, though. They're just not a great watch for me, man. Like, the Thunder champs, and they 100% earned it because they were the best team in the regular season. But take like Haley didn't, but take like Luck didn't fall their way. You gotta be honest, Luck fell their way. Haliburton was on fire about like 6-7 minutes of this game. Normally I would sit here and agree, but they were the best team all year. But they had a lot of injuries kind of go their way, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not going to discredit their championship because they deserved it. I mean, a hot start wasn't going to guarantee they win this game, but I think it would have been a much closer game than what it turned out to be. Like, yes, it was good in the first half. Second half, it's just the turnovers. The turnovers were a big issue. They had 19, I think, and for like it felt like 30, 40 points. I mean, if you have Haliburton in there, I think they can control the basketball a lot better. And nobody else decided to show up besides T.J. McConnell, it felt like, in the third quarter. When the game got away from him, got scored 34-20. Did T.J. McConnell have turnovers? Yes, but he was the only guy doing anything. But the third quarter was the game, 34-20, OKC. I'm going to go over the stats. Last recap of the season. So, we're over the Thunder first. SGA, 29 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds. Look, I want to say this, Kentucky boy, congratulations. But, remember when Steph Curry didn't get Finals MVP in 2015? Look, stats look nice, but there was a game where he was 9 for 20, 9 for 21, 8 for 27. Like, this is a weak Finals MVP. I mean, they weren't going to give it to anybody else, because who else would have won it? But he didn't have that great of a Finals. Like, he had good games. Like, Game 4, Games 1 and 2. But other than that, he was incredibly just mid. I'm not going to lie, besides free throws. He was 8 for 27, had 29 points. He took fell like 20 free throws, even though it was only 12. But, y'all give the credit, man. Scoring title, the MVP on the 68 win team. Western Conference Finals MVP, and NBA champion, the Finals MVP. But this is going to be one of the more overrated individual seasons in NBA history. Like, yes, it's an unbelievable run, but it's not as good as others, man. Like, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal. Like, he's up there with those names, and he's just not as good as those players in history. Like, you can't sit here and tell me with a straight face that he's as good as those players, man. Come on. I guess this is one of the greatest individual seasons in NBA history, but I think it's overrated, I'm not going to lie. It's just 8 for 27, though, in a Game 7. Besides 3 games, the other 4 he was really not that great. But 29 and 12, Chet 18 points, 8 rebounds, 6 for 8, won a game from Chet, also good in the defensive end. So he had a great game tonight. You know, I've kind of been criticizing him, but he performed well tonight. Performed really well tonight. J-Dub 20 points. 7 for 20. Even he didn't shoot well, to be honest, but hey, shout out to him, man. He's kind of had an up and down playoffs to start, but I felt he was I thought he was good in these finals, man. Like, he had a few rough games, but he had some really good, really high scoring games as well. Just throughout these whole playoffs, he's been kind of up and down, but I thought he was pretty solid in the end. Hartenstein 7 points, 4 assists, 9 rebounds, 3 for 4. Dort 9 points, 7 rebounds. Casey Wallace 10 points. Caruso 10 points. Those guys combined for 20 points. Big games off the bench for those two combined 20 points. Also Casey Wallace on the defensive end. And the Thunder win the finals. 40, 27, and 71 shooting splits. The threes really started to go in the third quarter. 40 rebounds, 13 offensive, 27 defensive, 20 assists, 8 blocks, 14 steals. Really active defensively, 14 steals, 7 turnovers, 40 points in the paint, and 23 fouls. So, yeah, man, had 14 steals, forced 21 turnovers. When you turn the ball over that much and you're missing your superstar, it's going to be hard to win, man. For the Pacers, 41, 39, and 75 shooting splits. You know, they stayed in the game for as long as they could, but the third quarter just caught to nobody else could score besides T.J. McConnell, and then the defense kind of fell apart. 75% from the line, 45 total rebounds, 12 offensive, 33 defensive, 17 assists, 4 blocks, 6 steals. 21 turnovers really the key factors. They kept turning the ball over and over and over. Like, they didn't give up in the end. Like, they still played, but just didn't really get close. But 21 turnovers, and they had, I have to say, like 30, 40 points. 26 in the paint, 24 fouls. And the Pacers, unfortunately, they fall here in Game 7. Quarter by quarter, 22 points in the first, 26 in the second, 20 in the third, and that's what did it that third quarter. And the defense kind of fell apart after that. One bad quarter of defense, but when you miss your superstar and you turn the ball over, giving up threes, It's where you lose, man. And 23 in the third. It was just a struggle offensively once they lost Halliburton. OKC quarter by quarter, 25 in the first, 22 in the second, 34 in the third, 22 in the fourth. It was a very even game, man, but it felt that third quarter is what did it in. Went over the Thunder stat sheet, over the Pacers player stats. Mathurin, 24 points, 13 rebounds, 6 for 14. He played hard there at the end in the fourth quarter. But at least Mathurin tried, 24 and 13. McConnell played. TJ McConnell has nothing to be ashamed of. They're their best player tonight along with Mathurin. And he also made all 10 of his free throws. It's just... Pascal Siakam was just invisible in the second half, I thought. TJ McConnell will be remembered in this playoff run, though. Pascal Siakam, though, pretty disappointing. Only 16 points, 5 for 13. Pretty invisible, man. But they cut it to 4, and they subbed in Ben Shepherd over Pascal. It's the last game of the season. Like, I don't get that move, man. The rotation there, it was just bad, I thought. He came back in if Pascal Siakam came back in with about 2 minutes to play. If he plays the whole fourth quarter, he'll finish with 30 minutes. How do you not play him 40 plus tonight? Like, he sat him way too long in the third quarter. Like, McConnell kept them afloat, but it felt like that was fool's gold for Indiana. This game was going to be won or lost riding Siakam once Halliburton went down. And in the second half, he was invisible. It felt like. But they left him out too long in the third quarter. Naismith, 3 points, 6 rebounds. He fouled out. 3 games he fouled out. Miles Turner, you are a bum. 6 points, 2 for 4. You were complete trash in this series, Mr. Turner. They need to get an upgrade over you, sir. He is a free agent next week, and he's cost himself money in these finals. It's over. You're done. He ain't what people think he is, and he underperforms compared to his talent. Nembhard, 15 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 4 for 10. 2 for 3 from 3. McConnell, 16 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. Give credit to TJ McConnell. Thought he played really well, especially his last 3 games of the series. Showed he's a really good player, man. A really good 6-man on the 6-man. TJ McConnell, you were great. You were great, man. Obi Toppin, 21 minutes, 0 points, just 0 for 4. He didn't show up. The only guys that really showed up were Halliburton at the start before he went down, I would say Mathurin and McConnell. Tony Bradley, 2 points. Kind of ruined the momentum as well, putting him in. Ben Shepherd, 16 minutes, 0 points. So yeah, man, 103-91 Thunder win. It was kind of the turnovers. I know I've talked about kind of shit on the Thunder, but they were the best team all regular season. I mean, I can't say they're undeserving, because they're deserving. I just think if Halliburton didn't get hurt, they would have had a much better shot of winning. Like, yeah, they had the lead at halftime, but it just wasn't sustainable. And the Thunder got hot in the third quarter, and they kept turning the ball over. Just let them get easy baskets. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Pacers do in the offseason, man. Tyrese Halliburton probably tore his Achilles, and he might miss next season. We'll have to see what they can do, man. And then with the Thunder, we'll see if they can go back to back next season. And they're very well built to do that. So 103-91. Thunder win. NBA 2025 NBA season's over, but we're not going anywhere, man. We're gonna be doing some off-season stuff. My first start of the off-season, I'll probably just do a separate video. Kevin Durant trade to the Rockets. I'm gonna do some NBA stuff during the off-season, man. I'll be covering the NBA draft. NBA off season. So it's gonna be interesting, man. We still got some NBA stuff, NBA content, for the off season. But that's all for the season. And with that, season's come to an end. Good night.